Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick. And today we have set number 70602, Jay's Elemental Dragon. 350 pieces, ages 7, 8, 14, and comes with this little pirate flyer, Jay and his dragon, and the one and only monkey wrench. So, I'm going to start off by taking a look at the pirate flyer. Alright, so this is the little pirate flyer included in the set. And you can see it's a decently simple design. I mean, it does have these two large wing pieces that make up the, main shape of the thing. It's got stickers, mirrored ones on both sides. Kind of, standard as far as these little flyer things go, little side builds. It's got an engine on the back, which is kind of nice. And I like this flag, which is stickered on both sides. So that's cool, and it can move up and down. And then Siren just kind of sits in there on a 2x2 section, but there is an extra spot in the back so that you don't have to take off her little thing there. She can hold the handlebars, but I don't feel like taking the weapons out of her hands. It is nice to get more of these white pirate sword pieces on the front. Kind of give it a good shape. And obviously the nose of the thing is a 6-stud shooter, so as you turn that, you lose all those studs. So, I mean, I guess it's a good thing that they include a bunch of extras. Alright, so after that little small pirate flyer, we got the relatively big, like bigger than I was expecting, Jay's dragon, and it's pretty good looking thing for the most part. And we'll start off by taking a look at the head, which with these dragon sets is arguably the most important thing for them to get right. And I think they did a pretty good job here. Like, it definitely looks like a head. I like how they have these tooth plates for eyes. These white things kind of a little bit too much. I think it would have been better if these were blue and just had like lightning stickered on there. Like just that. But I think it works alright. And the sticker on the top is really nice. That brings some much needed detail, and I wish they would have covered these up even with just a tile. But it does kind of look like nostrils, just a little. But some good shaping. There's what the top looks like. And the mouth does open up. You can make it go weirdly back like that. But like if you just close it to its normal position, it uses one of Metal Beard's metal beards, but in dark blue, so a nice recolor there. And it has one of these seer horns on the bottom, and that's just a bottom look. So interesting build, and it looks pretty good. And I like the way you can actually open this one's mouth to a good looking pose. Because I remember with I forget if it was the titanium dragon. I think it was. With the titanium dragon, when you open its mouth, it just looked really weird. But this one looks pretty good. And then moving back, we can see the little ball joint used to attach that head. But then right here, this section is a ratcheted joint, so you can actually like rear him up a little. Zoom out. And then you could get his head. That's as far as it'll go down, so you'd have to do some like rearing up the back legs in order to get his head like down to the ground. Like that. It's kind of an attempt, but you can get it closer if you mess around with it a bit. But I do like the reins here. Jay does have to hold on to them, so if you want to take Jay off, you have to kind of mess around with them. It does get a little annoying in that aspect, but for the most part, it looks good. Like it's a good look for it. And then moving on to the legs real quick while we're here. Just moving that out of the way, you can see they're actually very simple. They're all built exactly the same way. They both have two little claws there. I like these transparent blue pieces. Those look nice, but the legs are pretty simplistic. So, would have been nice to get a little bit more detail, but I appreciate the fact that they put most of the parts budget into the, head and the wings, and, the rest of them. The tail is pretty simple, but it moves quite a bit. It's got a ball joint here. Whoops. No, you weren't supposed to see that. That's a spoiler for later in the review. There is a pin here, a Technic pin. you know, right in there, which gives it very easy rotation, and then the ball joints make it very easy to pose it however you like. On the back you can see we kind of have the two lightning things, and then the one little spears. It kind of looks like a stinger. You could arch it up, and then it can be used to kind of, you know, shoot the bad guys with electricity or something. It looks pretty cool, and you know, you can use it in some pretty decent ways if you're playing with this thing. And then moving the wings down again, I just want to get a good look at the back of the body, because this is a part that I actually really appreciate. First off, we've got some dust, but we got the stickered area, a little pouch. There's one on the other side that is identical. And then on the back here, we have the blowgun and the dart of Tiger Widow Venom, which is always awesome to see, you know, like direct from the TV show things. And this is even one of the ones that has a hole down the middle, so it makes it even more like a blowgun. So I really like that. That's a nice attention to detail. And then got some pistols here used to make up the neat back of the seat. And if we remove Jay real quick, I'm not going to take the things out of his hands right now, but you can see that he does have a 1x2 plate in front of the chair piece, so that it does look like it's an actual chair, but when you seat him down, he's not directly up against it, so you don't have to take the shoulder pads off, which is, again, just a really nice, you know, little touch. And then if we go up a little, oh, it's a little shaky, whoops. But if we go up a little, you can get a better, like, kind of top-down look at the wings. And the wings, I think, are one of the best parts of this. First off, these little sections here cannot move, they're stuck at this angle. But you do get that nice piece from the Airjitsu flyers, again, which is nice. You get two of them. And then this is what the build of the wing looks like. I like the stickers on these large transparent blue pieces. I wish these ones would have been transparent too, but I think it looks good the way it is. And then you got the smaller blades in the middle to kind of flesh it out a little. But moving it back, you can get some good motion out of these. They do only have one ball joint, so, you know, but you can flap the wings. You can move them back, you can move them forward, you can move them in, you can kind of move them down. So, good posability there. But, you know, all in all, it is kind of just, you got plenty of positions that you can get this thing into. Like, you know, you can kind of like splay him down onto the ground like that. That works. Even though not all 4 feet are touching the ground, it still kind of like gets a you know, good grip on it. So kind of got that like defensive look, and you can also enhance that defensive look by taking, you know, a monkey wrench over here and misfiring. Because I just, you know, kind of hit the dragon's head. I guess I'll have to rear it up a little. But, you know, you can try and shoot it. He has one missile on either side. So, monkey wrench just got lucky. Alright, so here is the first figure included in the set. And this is Jay. And, I mean, he's kind of exclusive, but not really. It's just an exclusive combination of parts. No exclusive pieces on this particular figure. If we turn him around real quick, I guess, you can see what that looks like with the swords on there. I think that's a pretty good look, but we're just going to remove them for now. And you can see he does have the deep stone mask. That's where it first came from. It's the same color combo, so nothing too special. And just the standard face, which is actually the most special thing about this particular guy, because the other Skybound J has a new face. So this is special in the fact that he's not new, which isn't that special. But, you know, he does have this awesome little scabbard piece, which, you know, pretty cool. I like the way that it goes over the shoulder. But zooming back in on that cool torso, you can see if we get it in the light, it's a really nice shiny blue because they actually printed silver and then blue on top of it, which is awesome. And then it's got like that little purple around it too. Just looks really good. And this torso only appears in this set in Misfortune's Keep, so it kind of looks different the different ways you look at it. It's kind of like purpley on the inside, and then that shiny blue. And then the purple is kind of shiny too, so that's nice. And the legs are actually the same as the Deep Stone legs, which, you know, interesting choice, but I actually didn't even notice it until I actually got some of the Skybound figures. So I guess it works pretty well at, you know, looking different and working with the different, you know, the different suits. But, you know, putting them all back together looks pretty good. And he doesn't come with a weapon to hold, per se, unless you count this Sword of Souls, which is kind of the collectible weapon from this wave. Got a nice, like, light blue transparent, you know, blade on there, and then the always cool printed ninja tiles, which you get an extra of. So nice to get one of those for Nia, and I always, you know, just really like getting this Sword of Souls piece. And every set he comes in. I mean, highlight of the sets so far. Probably won't be for the last 2 Skybound sets because I already have all 7 of the swords now. But, you know, looks pretty good. And let's move on to the bad guys. Alright, so here is Siren. And she is, you know, the only female Sky Pirate, unless you include Dogshank, which I guess she's the only female minifigure. Dogshank could look like a guy too, but, you know, you could use it as either, really, if you don't watch the TV show. You got this nice sword with the little skull handguard. And then, you know, got the nice smaller sword that actually fits into the sheath from the Prince of Persia line on the back. Looking at the torso, I believe it is exactly the same as Doubloon, or not, I think it's Doubloon, and Bucko and Squiffy. I think Doubloon had the same one, but he probably doesn't, and I'm probably lying to you. And then the legs are also pretty standard, so pretty standard attire, but that face, I believe, is exclusive to her. And there is the front side and the back side. There's the back side of the hair. This is the new Black Widow hair, but actually in black. It was first used on the Jewel Thief from Series 15. And removing that scabbard, you can see she has another scabbard underneath, so kind of overdoing it on the scabbards, but it's alright. I mean, I'm not gonna get too mad about that. But overall, she looks pretty cool. She is exclusive to this set out of the Skybound first wave. I believe she's also in Lloyd's NRG Dragon, and there is a different version of her in like one of those weird promotional poly bags that is exclusive to that weird promotional poly bag, and I don't believe it was ever released in the US, so I'll probably end up going out to buy one on eBay because I want to have all the Sky Pirate figures. And it's probably not a good idea because it'll probably be a waste of money, but I'm probably going to do it anyway, so, you know. And, let's see, what was the other one? The other thing? She also appears in, you know, those little, at least one of those little foil pack things from the magazine that's in the UK or whatever. Pretty sure she appears in one of those too. And who could forget about Monkey Wrench? This is the last figure in the set, and he's kind of not really a figure, but he kind of is at the same time. But he's got this sword, same as Siren. I hope I mentioned her name. Now I'm confusing myself, and I'm worrying all about messing up their entire review. But now you know that the last person's name was Siren, but I think I mentioned it. And then, yeah, this is Monkey Wrench. He's got the old kind of classic monkey style body, but it is updated. It would have been nice to see printed eyes instead of that, but I guess he's a robot, so that kind of excuses it a little. Excuses the lifeless lookingness of it. It does have 3 orange arms and 1 silver arm, which kind of gives it the robot / Sky Pirates feel. And he has this cool little built up grappling hook. And the way that works, it's a stud shooter, so you just, you gotta kind of hold it pretty well and not focus on my hand there. So now I guess if we take just something in the background to shoot at, and then we shoot that, kind of in theory, would work. I guess this doesn't stay in too well, but other than that, it looks good, and it kind of works well. Like you can, whatever. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's not the best either. I like, I forget what, the Batman movie one, where it actually doesn't work. I think that looks a little better, but this one got some nice playability for, all those people who want the playability, or whatever, and you just attach the back of the chain to there. You could go with that and just shoot an entire chain out, but, do whatever you want to do. Alright, so there you have Jay's Elemental Dragon with, a couple missing studs. But, there's the extras. But, while putting this back together, kind of just to, reset it up, display, get a nice pose for all you guys, I reminded myself of one of my least favorite things about the set, and that is that it is a pain to put Jay back in there once you've taken him off. Because you kind of, mess up all the legs, and you have to repose them all. So it would be nice to get a little bit kind of stronger legs, but I think it works well the way it does. It looks very good. It's definitely a nice piece to have on display with your other Ninjago dragons. Because I know that there are some people out there who really like Ninjago dragons and just collect them all. Just collect the dragons, But the dragon, I think, is a good example of Ninjago dragons. While not the standout, I think it is a good specimen. Monkey Wrench is kind of, he's alright, interesting, a nice throwback to the classic Pirates theme, but he's not exclusive to this set, so don't buy it just for Monkey Wrench. And then Siren is kind of exclusive if you live in the United States, but, she's not the biggest draw. I think in order to want this set, you either need to really like this dragon, which most people probably will, or you just need to want that beast right there. I don't know. This was enough to persuade me to buy this set. I mean, I really am happy with the dragon. It's just, the Sword of Souls kind of knocks the ball out of the park. So that's kind of my quick thoughts on this particular set. I think it's a good one. I really like all these Skybound sets, so I'm not gonna recommend this one over all the other ones because it's not my favorite of the 6 or of the 7, I think, first wave Skybound sets. There's 9 in total, I think. This one, though, does really stand out in a display of having all 7 of them. If you checked out my video on the Brick Nation this past week, you've seen that. I think that it's definitely a good one to have if you want to have a nice collection. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know if you did, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye, guys.